There's a story in the Bible about a woman who presumably was a prostitute. She had a jar of extremely expensive perfume, and she came and broke the jar and put it on Jesus's feet a little bit before he was crucified. And it says that the disciples were angry about this and began muttering to themselves that, this was a lot of money that could have been given away to the poor. And it was at this time that Judas finally decided to ask the high priest how much they would give him to turn Jesus over to them. And I always thought this was strange, that of all the moments for Judas to finally have enough, clearly this had been something building. You don't just reach a point where one day you wake up and you go, you know what, I'm going to turn Jesus over. This had to have been something that had been building up. And I'm looking at this, I'm going, like, how was this the straw that broke the camel's back? Now, most people teach this as it was greed. It was Judas was upset because that money was money that maybe he needed. They'd been on the road a long time, and he's the one who was the keeper of the purse, and so maybe he was frustrated about that. But that doesn't really make any sense, because if the money was going to be given to the poor, then they wouldn't have taken any benefit from it. So greed couldn't have been the motivator. And not only that, the other disciples were also upset. It doesn't say which ones, but it says that some of the other disciples were also upset about this situation, and they were also muttering amongst themselves that this money could have been given to the poor. Another thing I find interesting is that the disciples rebuked the woman. They didn't rebuke Jesus, who was the one that was allowing her to pour the oil onto his feet, or the perfume onto his feet. They rebuked the woman. So I don't think it was about the money. I don't think that's what actually upset Judas. I think what upset him was that in that moment, when Jesus rebukes them and tells them that you won't have me forever, you'll have the poor. And if you want to go and help the poor, you're welcome to do so at any time. But you only have me for a short time, and what she's done is a beautiful thing, and it will not be forgotten. I think in that moment, Jesus exposed all of their incredible pride. Because why would they rebuke her over pouring out this oil instead of rebuking Jesus? Because in their minds, their thought was, by rebuking her and talking about giving money away to the poor, that would make them look better. And when Jesus said to them, no, you misunderstand. What she's done here is a beautiful thing. In that moment, he exposed that her heart was more pure than theirs. Their religiosity, their need to be seen, to be viewed as right, and to be viewed as righteous, was shattered and exposed in that moment. And when you're confronted with the ugliness of your heart, the grossness of your own self-righteousness, the only option that you have is to kill the truth, or to allow the truth to kill your self-righteousness. Shh.